This is my third video on Chivalry 2 because I adore it just so much. I already did a video on the early alpha, then I did a video on customization, and now I'm doing another video on gameplay. I'm listening to the sound while I'm trying to do a voiceover on this. This is previously recorded gameplay that I'm just adding some narration to. And I just can't get over how bonkers the yelling and the screaming is in this game. And I just spam it constantly because I just find it so humorous. This is a joined in progress game. I don't think we ended up winning this round if I recall correctly. But you don't care. You just get in there and play. Whether you win or you lose, you're a winner. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those games that's just so much fun to play. And you're always going to be making progress towards your favorite class or a weapon or something, that it just doesn't matter. This game is totally dependent on your willingness to just embrace the absurdity. I think if you try to play this as a very serious, like tactical, military-like game, you'll probably do a lot better than most, first of all. But I think you're going to miss out on the spirit of the nonsense that this game just inherently has to it. Now, graphically, it's amazing. It's very well detailed. It's very well polished. The controls work phenomenally. I never really have felt like in any time of any combat that the game was laggy or jittery or like, oh, that shouldn't have happened. I don't really see any bugs or anything like that. It's just absolutely bonkers, and just accepting and embracing that, I think, makes it even more fun. Now, the class I like to play is a knight. This particular build does include a shield at the start, although you can pick up pretty much anything you see on the battlefield. This includes, but is not limited to, other people's weapons, natural terrain like rocks and barrels and spike traps, and even decapitated enemy heads. Anything you find, you can throw. So there is a total viable strategy here of just running into battle, throwing all your weapons, running away, picking up more battles, running into battle, throwing away over and over again. And you'll be perfectly you'll be as threatening as somebody like me who is trying to take a little more care into using the class as it was designed. The biggest problem is depending on whether you're using a horizontal or a vertical attack, regardless if it's a strong attack or a weak attack. The horizontal attack has such a wide spread to it. And God, it yelling. What's going to end up happening is you're most likely going to hit the teammate to your left or your right, or if you're, in my case, standing next to the convoy, you're going to hit that, or you're going to hit some other piece of terrain. So it is thoroughly recommended you stick to primarily vertical attacks. Although, since this game does include a very loose paper, rock, scissors type of combat system, if you only use vertical attacks, it's going to become incredibly transparent by anybody. That guy just got a face full of shield. It's just going to become so obvious to people that they're going to kind of counter it. And the real magic of this game is in these sustained fights where, you know, you can build up kind of like your meter. You can feel like you're making an impact, and you really do that the best. Not by running headfirst in the battle, but you know, trying to get next to your teammates, employing kind of a flank type strategy on enemies, surround, divide, and conquer, whatever. The opening parts of any battle are by far the most chaotic, because typically what happens in those things is, you know, you have your archers way in the back who's just pelting arrows at you. Your friendly archers will be shooting you in the back. But the enemy archers are hitting you. People are throwing things at you, and it's very frantic. When you get into a more kind of established battlefield like this, where we all are going to meet at this cart, you can take your time a little bit more and be a little more methodical kind of in how you engage. Now, clearly, that wasn't the case for me there. But you can take a little more time and be a little more methodical and try to make more of an impact on the battlefield. Of course, the more points you earn faster, you will be able to use your special ability. You saw me use mine a couple minutes ago. It is the banner. By laying down the banner, it basically creates a small aura of healing. Anybody inside the banner will increase their health a little bit faster, which is nice. So if you can put the banner in a place where the enemy either can't see, or can't access, you're going to be able to constantly heal your teammates in a very meaningful way, which will give you more points, which will in charge make your banner heal faster to do it again, but you'll also keep your teammates in the fight better. And as you can tell, anytime that I am outnumbered, I lose. That's just the way this game's going to be. Now, you can turtle up and block incessantly and try your best to hold down, but you see my shield will eventually break. So it really pays to kind of push that pile, and I think that's what this game ultimately evolves into. And yes, you will have moments of one-on-one combat where you're going to be fighting somebody basically trying to block and counter block and parry and you know, like that's going to happen quite a bit. But just as frequently is going to happen is you're going to be part of a very large pile of enemies, and you're going to have to really do your best to make sure that you're pushing the pile in a meaningful way. Alternatively, you can get totally lost like me and not figure out how to get down to the battlefield and spend about 30 seconds running up and down the archer backline trying to figure out a meaningful way to get down so you can once again scream your head off and charge back into battle. And that's okay too. For as big and wide as the maps are, which as you can see, there's a lot of unused space on the left and right of this particular battlefield, most people are funneled into the objective, whether it's pushing the convoy or opening a gate or doing something, which is really, really cool. And I think is because of that, you really get into this very chaotic moment of battle. And I think that's where this game really starts to shine quite a bit. I think one-on-one, while it does work, it's not really the intent of this game. It's more about just that flanking and that counter-attacking and just trying to sneak up behind people. And let me tell you, when you get a perfectly charged heavy attack on an unsuspecting enemy and they just eviscerated in front of you, it's just so much fun. It really is. I will never get tired of this, and I love this game so much. It got good ratings on Metacritic. I kind of wanted to do this video though today because a lot of my friends just don't know about it, and they're like, oh yeah, I kind of heard of that game, and then I tell them about it and they're like, well, what do you really do, or is that really like this other game? And there are other clones, I'm sure, but I just like this one so much because I feel like it just embraces the nonsense so much more than any of the other ones. Being able to fight with one arm, which is great when you get your arm cut off, throwing heads, like I said, at people, lighting people on fire, it's a ton of fun. I love this game so much, and I got it on the Epic Games Store. They had one of their sales or their promotions going on where I got a coupon code, and then I got another coupon code. It ended up being like 20 bucks. I would gladly pay full price for this, which is 40, by the way, because it's just that interesting to me. And it's just one of those perfect games, like when you want to play something, but you don't want to really get into anything, or it's the end of the day, and you're like, I just need to unwind. Even if you get your just demolished, even if you just get your face absolutely melted, you're going to have so much fun just with the ragdoll physics, the great graphics, and the nonsense of this game. You're just not going to care. I just know you're not. And there's just something fun about kind of holding down an enemy while a teammate can run up behind him, or you running up behind an enemy and smashing people. So that's my love letter to Chivalry. You may expect more gameplay videos from me in the future on this. I don't know. I do stream it quite a bit, and I just try to find some of the funnier clips. There are quite a bit. So maybe I'll do a reel at some point in the future. But for now, just know that Chivalry is, oh my god, that was a perfect bow shot to my face. That's it for me now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Get out there, play some Chivalry too, because I think it definitely deserves your attention. And that's it for me. Until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.